Women's and men's basketball has long been debated, and
my question is this:
do both deserve the same amount of attention?
I'll be attending a women's and a men's college basketball game to find out.
Let me know what you think and make sure to subscribe. I was at Utah Valley University to watch both the men's and women's basketball games. When I got there 20 minutes before game time, there was basically no one there. The women's basketball game cost me $6 and it was general admission, which means I get to sit wherever I want. So of course, I chose the first row.
Crazy enough, it's 60 minutes to game time, there's like no one here. This isn't too bad for $6.
It was time for the national anthem, but it felt like it was just me there. Not even the teams were on the floor, and it felt strange. It's time to see what the differences are between men's and women's basketball. Off the bat, there was a few things I really liked.
They always look to the post. I think women do a lot better looking to the post. It's almost like they're playing 80s ball.
That kind of basketball is really fun to watch, and I really like how they were trying to work to get the best shot. It seemed like the perfect balance between close shots and three-pointers. And if that's the case, why are there so many videos like this online? One person said, "I enjoy watching women's basketball, and we aren't as bad as portrayed online. Watch a varsity girls game and this will change your mind. It's almost as shifty and fast-paced as a man's game, but y'all never do." And another person said, "It's definitely overhated online, but at the same time I don't think it's as good as how some girls try to sell it as. No dunks really isn't that big of a deal. It's really not the issue. The game is just completely different between men's and women's. It might as well be a different sport."
Now that is a big claim. A different sport? We'll see today.
One of the coolest things about being on the first row was hearing the players and bench interact with each other. It makes for a way cooler fan experience in my opinion.
Another steal. 9-8. Ooh. Okay, I feel like that was desperation. 3. Oh man, those coaches are mad.
I'm really wanting to focus on the difference in play style, but I can't help but admit, if there were more people there and the atmosphere was more electric, it'd probably boost the players' confidence and help them play better.
Shoot it.
These seats were awesome, but keep watching because we get even closer. Till then, we're going to move to a different spot so that we can get a different view and perspective of the game. We've made it to our new seats, and here's a few more observations. It was actually a lot more aggressive and competitive than I thought it would be. They were taking really hard fouls, playing really good defense, pressing almost the whole game.
They're pressing pretty well.
I promise my forehead isn't that big. Okay, I'm lying to myself, it is. Now obviously pressing the whole game is a part of the game plan, and you can see that in boys sports too.
And that's 3 steals in a row.
But this women's basketball team did exceptionally well.
Coach is mad. He's going crazy. Pass the ball. That's all it takes.
Something that's driving me absolutely crazy is they aren't passing through the double team.
Even though they played really well as a team, I'd like to see them move the ball quicker on a fast break. Just hit the open pass, get the easy layup, rather than dribbling yourself into a corner to turn it over.
She does that a lot though. Like a lot.
2, 1. It seemed like a video game glitch. Is that one of the low lights she was talking about?
But they immediately followed it up with this dime.
Good pass.
Even though there were some obvious lowlights, they always followed it up with plenty of good basketball.
Good move.
It's not fair to say that it's just lowlights in women's basketball. Men have it too, as you're going to see later. And truthfully, you're going to see some good buckets when you go and watch them play.
I do feel like there's a huge difference in strength. A lot of the passes are lobs. It's not super fast.
Just due to them not having the same strength as men, which is totally fine, it resulted in a lot of lobs. That being said, it didn't make a huge difference because the ball was still getting to them most of the time. And I only noticed that on a few plays. There was a lot of really good plays where the passes were spot on.
3, 2, 1. Good move. Oh, that was actually a really good move.
It's now halftime, and I'm going to check out the food situation to see how it compares when we go to the men's game. They only had one spot for food open, and when I ordered a hot dog...
Sorry, could I just get a hot dog? Oh, out of the hot dogs? Okay. You're telling me that not even this many fans can be fed a hot dog? She said they're out. Yeah, I don't know. It's quiet in here. It's so quiet. Yeah, I feel like I should be quiet.
Well, I didn't get a hot dog, but I got a churro, and I was enjoying it in silence.
Some of this guy down here does at least a little bit resemble me.
It seemed like they were more warmed up in the second half, and they were getting buckets.
Oh, good pass. Oh, That was solid.
Wild, bro. Wild, bro. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Watching it back, it might have been a foul, but YouTube refs, let me know what you think.
Someone could easily slip down there. She slipped.
They were on the ground a lot. There was only one person sweeping the court. You'd think with a college game, you'd have more people to keep the athletes safe.
Someone going to tear another knee.
I wonder if it's going to be the same at the men's game. Even though the fans were limited, they still had activities for the fans to watch between timeouts and quarters. It definitely seemed a little off to have no one there to watch, but it was still nice that they provided it.
She's shooting it. Oh, what the fuss?
I wasn't expecting this. Once again, YouTube refs, let me know. Was it a travel? Not only did they call it travel, but this song made it 10 times more embarrassing.
But what's the song? That's a savage move.
The question we started out with was, does both men's and women's basketball deserve the same amount of attention? Do you feel like this is something that you'd pay $50 for?
I think there's a lot of different things that go into it. The atmosphere, there's like 50 people in there probably, which makes a big difference.
So I guess that's a question I'm trying to figure out. Is it the talent or is it the atmosphere? And if so, what percent do each of those play a part in this?
We finished the third quarter in these seats and it was a good time, but I wanted to get closer. So I came up with a plan to talk to the usher. And while doing so, I even got to touch the ball.
I have a question. With sitting on the court, is that something that you need a ticket for?
If you guys want to come sit down here tonight, that's okay.
Oh, thank you.
You normally can't, so don't expect it.
The usher was really nice and understanding, and she let us on the court.
I got us a seat on the court. Thank you.
Everyone comment W Usher.
We got upgraded. I will say, courtside always changes everything. The seat is so much better.
It seemed like the game was automatically way faster than I thought it was. Having our feet on the court gave us a few perks. We were able to hear and interact with the bench way more than before. I even locked eyes with one of the guys on the bench. I would say that was a weird experience, but let's be real, I've had worse. We also got to hear the players interacting with the refs. This player was particularly spicy. One other perk was we were close enough for the cheerleaders to pass us a shirt. Yep, I looked like an idiot for nothing. So I had to look like an idiot for something. Let's dance. Sitting here reminds me of the good old days when you get subbed out in NBA 2K. So for a few moments, enjoy feeling like an NBA 2K player. Having the team right next to us yelling in our ear genuinely changed the experience, so I think environment really does have a big part to play. And here's a few more highlights before the men's game.
We're gonna be back here for the men's game in like 2 days.
Hey, that was fast. This game wasn't general admission, you actually had to reserve the seat, and these seats cost us $15 each. It was a pretty good view, and we had a fun fan in front of us.
This guy's gonna make these refs not want to be refs anymore.
More on him later.
I don't know if it's because it's a Saturday, but there's less people here than I thought there'd be.
I also noticed in this game the players got a highlight reel. That didn't happen in the last game.
There was a ton of energy when there was dunks showing on the screen. I really think it might be the athleticism and just the speed of the game that makes people want to watch men's more than women's. Let me know what you think.
The game started and I was surprised because both teams were feeding it to the post players. I thought that was only going to be a women's basketball thing. Maybe it's just an issue with the NBA. The game was already a lot faster, and I don't necessarily think it's all because of their height and speed. It's just because they were pushing the ball a lot harder, resulting in faster pace and higher energy basketball.
It's a lot faster paced, a lot more intense.
This guy in front of us loves that thing.
Here's just a few of his highlights.
I don't know if you jump up and land on someone's back. So if 3 players foul you at the same time, it's no call. I am a crotchety old man. I am a crotchety old man.
It seemed like at times he was making noise just for noise sake. I'm not sure what he was saying half the time.
Until the fourth, until the end of the second half.
You just wait till you hear him sing.
I didn't mean to, but the other team is wearing red. Luckily, they're both Utah schools. I don't have a foot in either camp, so I guess I'm rooting for the red team.
Is it just me, or is this Kelly Olynyk's long-lost twin? That's some highlights, but I have some clips to prove that it's not just women that have lowlights. Here's a few from the men's game.
Total chaos, holy cow.
Everything stayed consistent. There was only one spot for food open. And at both games, they had a little pop-up shop. Here it is. There's not much to it. Keep it simple. And they actually had hot dogs this time. Let's see if it's good.
Why is it always sweet relish?
Hey, you have something on your face.
All right, I'm gonna rate the hot dog. It was way better than the NBA, but not as good as BYU. Not because BYU hot dogs are superior, but just because the other ones are bad. The bun was cold and it split in half before I even opened it. $6 though, not the best price.
The speed of the game picked up in the second half. Here's some more highlights. They kept the entertainment about the same between quarters and at timeouts. But I'm really not sure what's happening here. I also noticed they have 2 people sweeping the floors this time. One of the guys in front of us kept getting on the Jumbotron, and that meant Daniel and Kelsey were also on the Jumbotron. I was fighting for my life to get on that thing. And I have a theory why I couldn't.
I 100% think that they're not putting me on the Jumbotron because I'm wearing a red shirt. That's on me.
Men started basketball, right?
Yeah.
So when did women start playing?
I think that the WNBA is like 30 years old. For sure the NBA's been around at least 75 years.
So I think that alone kind of gives men, not an advantage, but like...
I think it is genuinely an advantage.
I admire the dedication. It's been like this the whole day.
He even started rubbing off on other fans. But he wasn't in sync with them. glad I got to have this experience because I love watching basketball, and that means that both games were fun to me. Sure, the play style in men's and women's basketball might differ a little bit, but it's awesome to see the game evolving through different athletes. And it just reminds me of one of my favorite verses. The world has so much divide nowadays, and if we can come together through sports, no matter what our differences are, the world can be a better place. And remember, other people have their own things they're going through, and in the end, we're all children of God. Let me know what surprised you about either game, and tell me which you'd rather go to. And I promised you'd get to hear him sing. Have a good day.
Just a city